10/7/2024. We're in the Wei Liaozi, chapter 21, First Teachings for the Troops, verse 1. When teaching the troops, the orders should divide men into encampments and have them assume formations. Those who advance or retreat contrary to their orders should be punished for the crime of violating teachings. Those who have marched ahead should teach those in the front lines. Those who have marched at the rear should teach those at the rear. Those who have marched on the left flank should teach the left flank. Those who have marched on the right flank should teach the right flank. When all 5 men in a squad have been taught, their leader should be rewarded. If they are not adequately taught, they should be punished for the crime of violating teachings. If someone drops to the ground and they themselves tell the squadron, and everyone in the squadron reports this together to the commander, they will avoid any punishment. Verse 2. When squadrons assemble into formations, if one person does not advance towards the enemy because they fear death, then their teacher will be punished for crime of violating the law. A shin guards all 10 of its own men. If one man is lost and the other 9 do not face the extreme risk of death against the enemy, then their teacher will be punished for the crime of violating teachings. From the shin up to the subordinate generals, if anybody does not heed the law, then their teacher should be punished for the crime of violating teachings. Okay, so again, we're in a very strict and disciplined time, but the point being that the teacher is going to be disciplined. If you take up the esteem and the authority and the responsibility of teaching, then you are going to be the one whose responsibility is behind the outcome of your students. And in this case, if your students aren't obeying you, or if they're not fighting properly, or whatever is, the example is being laid out, right? You can only, as the teacher, look to yourself as the failure.